keep showing you this image, and I'm not sure if it's true or if it's just vanishing. I was offered the postdoc and I asked to do it part-time because I can't manage to do it full-time and stay well. And that's understood as if I have a chronic pain condition or something that if you wore yourself out, if you did too much work and you wore yourself out, you wouldn't be able to carry on. And it's not what I am. I am able to work all the time. I do work all the time and it doesn't make me ill. What made me ill last year and the year before was the stress of occupying environments built on the presumption of a neurotype I don't own. And it's a really hard thing to point to because it's to do with how my brain works, and I can't always, some aspects of being autistic I can articulate really well, but others I struggle with. So this one is to do with patterns and the intensity of experience. So like I used to live in a flat. I think I was on the 3rd floor and you had to go up this stairwell to get to my front door, and the stairwell had bricks, and some days I used to get stuck by the bricks because I would look at the bricks, I would see the bricks, and I would think of the laying of the bricks and the people who had laid the bricks, and there would be so much information in the bricks and so much, you know, those people that put the bricks down would just, it was like my thoughts bled out too deeply into the patterns. Recently when I was hormonal, and hormones do a number on autistic women in a way that like they do to neurotypical women as well, but it's like with sequins on for autistic women. I was on the train going past the boats at Teignmouth, and there's all these little boats out in the bay, and I got thinking about who all the little boats belong to and how the little boats would have been earned and wanted, and that they would be the boat that somebody imagined having and worked to have, and that when they imagined those things, they imagined their weekends spent on their little boat, and there was all these little boats out in the bay and nobody was sailing them, and I got so upset by the little boats out in the bay. And it's that there are people always behind you. To occupy the university systems, I have to get 1,000 emails a day, and there is people behind those emails. And in the same way that my brain bleeds out into the boats, to the bricks, it really bleeds out into the emails. I've been stuck on the circle line before because I got interested in the pattern on the floor, and it's a sort of non-repeating pattern, and I was so occupied by the pattern of it. And it's these stresses that make occupying that space difficult, but doing the work at the sensory project's easy because I don't put any of them in the work at the sensory projects. But I don't know if I will be allowed in, or if the invisible stage will just become invisible and I won't be